of minutes for people to join, and we will take it from there. I'm live on my Instagram, I'm live on my Facebook, I'm live on my YouTube, and I'm live on with you guys. So, but I'll give specific importance to you people, because this show is organized by you. I have Kshamta's logo also behind, but due to some reason, the flip is not there available in the system. So it kind of gets difficult, right? So let's just go on to the show. I think, as you know, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Kshamta, I'm going to be live every Saturday talking to the team Kshamta, and I will be working from that point, right? So every Saturday, 5:30, they have selected 5 different topics. So basically, I'm going to talk about that topics and work it from there, right? So Kshamta, guys, let me know. As you know, I really don't know how many of you really know me. I'm a person who believes that life is all positive and there's nothing called negativity. Frustration, irritation, anger, all these things are completely created by people, and completely, as a child, we never had all these things. But what happens on a longer run is we become an adult and we tend to lose it out, and then slowly work it against us. So I'm a person who can tell you, or who try my best to tell, how you can live a positive life, how you can live like a baby for the rest of your life. That's my target, right? Other thing about me is, I don't know how many of you know me. My education, I've done MSc in business. I did my BSc in business administration from a US university. I've done my MBA from where? Birla Institute of Technology, India, and I've done my MSc in business psychology from Heriot Ward, UK. So these are my 3 education, and I'm still working. I work as regional sales manager for Middle East and South Asia. That's the job which I do. And I still work. What I do with regards to positivity, it's all about giving back to the community and nothing else. Purely giving back to the community. All my sessions since last 3 years. Oh, Smith is already here. Okay. Smith is a guy who's going to lead the show. So Smith is here. Smith, actually, I messed up the introduction. If you can put on the question section somewhere else, I could actually introduce about your stuff. So, as you know, you can ask me any question between birth and death. That's what I tell people. Any question between birth and death, you can ask me anytime. Make sure you ask in the question section so I can take it with regards to the questions and then reply it accordingly, right? So to make it neat. I think Smith already has a couple of questions which he's going to prepare, and I'm going to respond to it. So if you people have any questions with regards to financial freedom, let me know. Guys, it is flipped. I thought once you update the flipping system on Instagram, it goes across. I came to know now for each profile. So next time I will make that logo automatically flipping onto the other side. So let's get into the financial freedom topic. I have precisely 1 hour. I really don't know, because my Instagram have more than 1 hour, but your Instagram might have 1 hour limit. So we will stick to that and try to round up the show by end of 1 hour. Okay, so let's go on to the hardest topic and the most complicated topic, and most people want to know about financial freedom. So let me talk about financial freedom. What's from my point? See, whatever I say it from my point of view. If there is anyone, all my sessions will always be done free. 100 years after, not 100 years, 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, you always come for a session with me. My sessions will be completely free of charge. That is the promise which I've given to the world, and I make sure I do it in the best possible way. So the next thing what you have to understand here is, anything else you guys want to know about me, put on the comments column and I will reply. If there's nothing else, let's go into the interesting topic. Sumit, you have something? Smith or Sumit? I think you Smith, right? Okay. If you have something, okay, there's some questions section. If you guys want to know more about me, shoot a question. Okay. So, as you know, a quick overview, Smith did tell me, so Kshamta is a social responsibility forum of SVK NMIMS Pharmacy and Technology Mumbai, right? So that's what they do, and that's the group I'm doing for. Next time, Smith, I'll be better planned. For that, I expected to have it here, but then all my mobile got mixed up. So that's the reason I couldn't actually further do it, right? Okay, so let's go to the interesting topic, financial freedom. From my point, there is two parts here. One is the finance aspect and one is the freedom aspect, right? Finance aspect and you have the freedom aspect. Let me first talk about the freedom aspect and then I will step into the financial side of things. When you say freedom, right? When you use the word freedom, it is basically means being not dependent on or being independent, or which means I don't have to depend on anyone. So I'm free to be or do whatever I want. That is how you generally define freedom. Now, there is a lot of freedoms in it's not only financial freedom. You have your relationship freedom. You have your health freedom. You have various other things if you really look at the freedom aspect. Now, when you step into the finance side of things, what happens in the finance side of things is you have the money aspect coming in, right? So the first and the foremost thing when I talk about financial freedom is basically not being dependent on any second person for your financial requirements. That's how I would define or understand the meaning of financial freedom. Now, when you say financial freedom, there's many ways of financial freedom. At different age is different financial freedom, right? Now, when you're born, obviously you're dependent on your parents. So you're never going to have any freedom. So till the age of 18, you're completely dependent on your parents. So you don't have. For me, after the age of 18, I never ever took a penny from my parents. I was working and I'm studying. After the age of 18, I worked and I studied. So technically, financial freedom for me, which means you can figure out your stuff and you can make the money so that you don't need to depend on anyone. So financial freedom, from my point, from a basic principle, is I can work, I can make my money, and automatically I don't have to ask one person. So whoever don't ask one, even bank loan, it all depends on now. Financial free is a person who has no bank loan, who have no debts, who have nothing else. He's working, he's earning, he's saving, and he doesn't have to lend. He doesn't have to take money from someone. His system is so well designed. His system is so well made that you don't need to. So technically for me, I became financially free at the age of 18 because I've started working and studied all my degrees, which is my BSc, MBA, MSc, everything. I paid the fees on my own. I paid full cash, right? Now I have a car. I bought the car, not on loan, on cash. So whoever has enough amount of cash and you know how to make that cash and you know how to spend it wisely, those are the people I would say financial free, right? Now the next thing, the other thing which people tend to market is the other kind of financial freedom, which is purely marketing, where people say that, oh, I don't have to do anything. I can just sit and relax and the money will start flowing in. Guys, I will tell you something very, very clear. The day you stop working of any means, finance will stay automatically out of your life. So what people say about finance and money, there's a great quote told by one great motivational speaker. Guys, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm here specifically a person who's going to answer questions. That's it. What I tell people is meet me once, clear all your doubts, and forget me. I'm not here to make followers. I'm not here to, take and impress you people. My point is just to give you the answers so that you don't need to depend on any other motivational speaker, so that you know how to be self-motivated, and so that you yourself can grow with your own strength and your own weakness and the knowledge which you have. So that's my objective, to make everyone self-sufficient, basically to make everyone completely free from other people. That is my main dream, but in a positive direction. You can make it in a negative direction also, right? So more on personal finance. So my definition of personal finance, the day you stop lending money is when you have started being financially free. That's my understanding, which means You can buy your own stuff, you can live your own life, and you can build it from there. That's my meaning of financial freedom. But then you have the marketing principle, which being sold on to sit and relax, and the money will start coming in. You have passive income, you have investment, you have all those things which is going on. At the end of the day you stop working, I'm telling you, you are going to lose everything. So don't think that financial freedom is just sitting and not doing anything. All the great rich people are still working. All the great, all the great rich people who are even talking about passive income are working. They are not sitting on their thing which is being sold, sitting in front of the beach, sitting in front of into different houses, having that big mansion where only one person is living. Those are all not actually financial freedom. It's more revolved around the marketing of the financial freedom concepts, which is actually making that difference, right? So guys, more than me talking, I would rather tell me to ask me questions. So if you ask me questions, I would reply that way. Now I've obviously triggered your mind by differentiating what is my way of financial freedom and what is a marketing principle. Guys, the world is marketing a lot, and most of the people are falling into the marketing principles, which is actually destroying humanity, right? That is the biggest thing or joke I tell about marketing, right? Every straight hair needs a curly hair. Every curly hair needs a straight hair. Every fat person wants to be thin, and every thin person wants to be fat. Every dark person needs to be fair, and every fair person wants to be tanned. Every scar-faced person needs a clear face, and every clear face needs a tattoo on the face. The world is going that way. When you have a small home, you want a bigger home. When you have less money, you want more money. When you have more money, you do a lot of charity, giving it out. So the world is going in that circle of life of not being what they are or not being what they truly have to be, which is actually destroying the world in general. I can see one question on the question section. Let me see, what is it? Okay, Samit have asked the question. So basically, Samit, just 1 second. Let me just do one thing. Okay. Yeah, so let me just record. It's really good questions which is coming, right? So now first question is Samit. Samit is going to lead the show. As I told you, he's the one who invited me. So first of all, I would like to thank Samit and everyone from Kshamta for allowing me to be and not bore you indirectly. Obviously, people who don't like me will feel it bored to be a part of the show and to give me an opportunity for being here, right, with you guys. So feel free to ask any questions, because if you don't ask questions, you are just going to just lose it out, right? So that's why you have a chance to meet me. You have this 1 month with me. Utilize me the best possible so that you don't come back to me again, right? What does some OP mean? I don't know. What does OP mean? Okay. So is being rich or financially free the same thing? From my point, when you say rich, people generally relate to money. But my point about rich or wealthy people are people who have relationship, education, health, finance, and love, which is love, loving a wife, family, God, in balance, are people who are truly rich. I'll repeat it again. People who are really rich or who are totally free, who have complete relationship, education, health, finance, and love in balance, in optimum balance. They are the people for me who are truly rich. For example, and now you'll ask me how I came up with this concept. It's very simple. When you are born in this world, you only have relationship, mother, father, health, nothing. It's all out of cash. Also, finance, there's no finance when you're born. Then you go to school, you build up education. So education comes second. After that, 9th, 10th, you say, Mama, I don't want this food. You take over health. I want to look this way. I want to exercise this way. I want to work out this way. You take out health in your hand. And then only money starts coming in when you start working. And then you get married, love, and God, and all these things started coming. Do you have all this in balance? Everyone who has this in balance and everyone who's working on growing this balance are all rich people. That's what my definition of richness is. What is the use of all the money but no health to enjoy that money? What is the use of all the money without the for people to share with, or to a loved one to share with, right? What is the use of all the money when you don't know how to use the money? There are many people who get money from their family and their forefathers and their ancestral property, don't know how to use it. People just rob you and go, right? So 5 things in balance. And the funniest part, if you have relationship, education, health, automatically you will get that financial freedom. No, very few people know this. That's why I asked Smith, tell me the first topics of the most important topics you want to discuss about. He put first financial freedom. I was like, oh, this is the problem with the world. For everyone, finance comes first. For me, relationship comes first. Education comes second. Health comes third. Fourth only comes finance. The day the world realizes this, positivity has to come. Right? I hope I've answered the question. So being rich and financially free, richness I've told. Financially free, as I told you before, it's basically, are you on loan? You're not financially free. Right? There are great rich people who are having a lot of investment, various people, but they're taking bank loan and doing that investment is not financially free. Right? You might have those passive incomes coming in, but the question here is what if some crisis happen? Are you financially free? What if the stock breaks? Are you financially free? So the true financial freedom is whatever happens in the world, you are still standing strong, regardless of whatever has happened. That is called financially free. Many business people were saying they were rich, they were they are crorepati's, and they have lots of monies going on. But then COVID happened. Many people are losing their business. Many people are being thrown away. Who is standing strong are the people who are financially free. So I hope you're getting the difference about what true financial freedom is. I'm not talking about marketing here. I'm talking about more related to that, right? Okay, so next question. Summit Smith, I hope I've answered that question. If I didn't answer, please feel free to counter me in the best possible way, right? Next question, how can one be the best use of capital if we have a small amount to invest? That's a very good question, right? So first thing, guys, if you have small capital, first thing I'll always say, save that money. That is first point. After you have saved that money, I'll always say when you're talking about investment, make sure you invest only half of it, so that in case something goes wrong in that 50%, you have the other 50% to live with, or to enjoy with, or to stay afloat with. So first thing foremost, whenever you have a certain amount of capital, keep that 50% in your bank, or FD, or gold, or something which is safe and something which is stable. Not gold, in bank, I would say. The next 50 you invest. Now the first thing, if you have small capital, which means there's two questions here. Is it a fixed capital which you have right now, or do you have a recurring capital which is coming into your system? If you have recurring capital coming into your system, you have to find some investment. One thing, before you invest, I tell everyone, have complete knowledge about that investment profile which you're going into. There is stocks, there is, there's real estate, there is, antiques, there is, there's many ways to gold, there is, land, property, right? House, buying and renting. So there's many ways of investment which you can do. But the first point is, invest 50% save. Then you have next left with 25% and 25%. 25% invest on yourself, which is learn about investment or your self growth. How can I generate more revenue by my investing myself to that venture or whatever it is? Because 25% you would invest on yourself. The next 25% from that split into 20 and 5 give to charity, which is always good, and the next 20% invest in any form of investment which you feel comfortable, right? So it can be gold, whatever, real estate you can get into. So gold, stocks, what's one more thing, the cheap ones. Gold and stocks are the best ways to do it. And right now, since the market is low, stock is a good idea. Don't go to gold right now because gold is on the higher side. It's going to fall with time. So the point here is that is more than anything else, guys, you want to be financially free. The first thing is education. Spend, don't try to invest now. You have that 25% of that investment, 50% save, 25%. Go on the different investment courses. Learn about it. Buy the books which is needed. Work on from that way. And that is how you got to do it, right? So the easiest thing is to get into gold because there you can buy it, right? And so it's easily available. You can just go to any gold shop and buy gold, but make sure you can sell it back because some places won't take back the gold which is bought. So be careful you get that right. So start with something small, right? Now you have the 25%, maybe 10% buy gold. Then the next 10% put it into stocks. And the next 10% do something else, right? So you have to balance your portfolio in such a way that then that 25%, you should be happy if you lose it also. Because many people put heart and soul in that money that when something goes wrong, it just breaks you completely, right? So that 25% which you're investing, there's a chance you might lose it. So it's basically a risk point of view. But then those are for bank gamblers. And most of the people who get into stocks are gambling. Now everyone is going after Tesla, right? Everyone is going after the Tesla stock. Everyone is going after Amazon stock. You have no idea. Oops. What happened to my background? You have no idea what's going to happen. What happened there? I don't know. Something, oh, now a dog is going to come. So that's cool. Some entertainment there. Anyways, so that happens. Sometimes you don't know. IT stuffs can always break down with time. So that was interesting. So I hope, Smith, I have answered the question. Guys, my Instagram and my YouTube, Facebook, I'm only exclusively taking questions of Kshamta first, and then I will start taking. So first, I'm only going to answer questions with regards to Smith and then the other people, right? Smith, I have another 6-7 questions from your other people. So how would you get young people excited about savings and preparing for their financial future? Okay. Now, first thing, guys, the more money you save, that energy you automatically make it yourself, right? So the more energy you save, the more you make that energy out of that saving. So how do you mean that is if you make 1 lakh in your bank, your energy which you have created is 1 lakh. Even if you lose 1 lakh, you can make that 1 lakh. But then if you start spending on these 1 lakh on other stuffs, your energy will be left with whatever you have in your bank. That's point number 1. When you save, you make an energy of that saving. So if you, as I told you before, 1 lakh, if you have 1 crore in your bank, you have that 1 crore energy. Save it and 50% invest. Why saving is important? That's a very good question also. Why saving is important? What happened when COVID hit? Everyone is scratching their head. Everyone doesn't have savings. So right now, cash is king. With COVID happening, cash is the most important valuable asset which is available right now. Not stocks, not gold. Okay, went high, but you can't eat, right, when you don't have a job. So what you got to understand here is that cash is very important. Cash has a different energy. Gold also have a different energy. But then the other stuffs, which is stocks, that is completely an investment level, right? So cash, what I would define from that point of view is cash equals gold. Gold only thing fluctuates. One, cash depreciates, right? Which is because of the inflation thing going on. So the only problem with cash and gold is gold fluctuates, cash could go down with inflation. So having too much cash, if you don't put in FD, chances are you lose the value at the present value. So why do you have to save? There is always a crisis which might come. There is always a sudden lose of job. There is always, because the world is going so virtual nowadays, most of the jobs will be lost with time. If that is what is going to happen, you need that emergency fund. You need that because you live in such a way that as long as you have your parents, you consider your parents as your own, bank account. Papa, I need this. Mama, I need that. They just give you cash, cash, cash. So they don't. See, there is another problem. As since childhood, people are not, what do you say, teaching their children of how to save money. That's the other problem. It's not the youth having the problem. It is parents don't teach. You get the pocket money. What is the first thing a kid is taught? Once you have the pocket money, spend, 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 spend. Save, save, and spend, spend. The spending attitude comes. That is since childhood. Again, if I get 100 rupees, 25% save, 25% invest on myself, 20% invest in which other ways you want, and 10% or 5% do it for charity. Keep that percentage always into your head. I'm telling you, no one can stop you from being financially free. I hope I've answered. So that's the principle. If you want a summary of the principle of being financially free, save 50%, right? 25% invest on yourself, 20% invest on some other things, and then 1% or 5%, whichever way it is, give it for charity. Keep that percentage. If you make 1 crore also, 50% save, 25% that, and keep doing that way. From that way, you'll be much more powerful in this region than anyone else, right? And then once you have a very good 50% of savings, take 50% lump sum, buy real estate or buy land or buy properties, right? So, but still again, you're left with the 50%. And that is how you got to do it in a smarter way. I hope I've answered that question. Okay, many new questions have come. That is great. So let me start taking, okay, Smith's no more questions. So I will take, okay, next question is from Neha Singh. How to increase our financial literacy? Read, right? First thing what you got to do is read. Reading is the best thing which you can get through financial literacy. That's point number 1. Second thing is, what is all available for me at my age in my country to invest? Learn more about it. Financial literacy only comes when you read a lot. After reading a lot, take, as I said, 25% of your investment, play around equally on all the fields so that you are going to have a different experience and you will see, okay, now it's like 25% of income which you have, I'm going to invest a little bit in gold, a little bit in property, if I know property not yet, a little bit in keep a little bit in stock, a little bit systematic investment plan, a little bit in various other things, and experiment and teach. What happens to my that 10 rupees? What happens to my that 100 rupees? See the changes for 1-2 months. It's getting better. Increase on which you're doing better. Because some people are very good at gold. Some people can analyze the gold stuff very well. Some people are good at stocks. Some people works it from that way, right? And that is how you got to do it. But the first point of any literacy is reading. Reading, experiment, come up with, once you experiment, you have various failures, you have various successes. Keep doing what's the successes, learn why the failure happened, improve on top of the failure so that you get further success. And that is how you build up the wisdom of each financial concepts which is there in this world. I hope I've answered the question, Neha. Instagram, Facebook, I'll come back to the question after 1 hour. 1 hour, I'm going to give complete to the Kshamta team. So kindly wait for that. Okay. Sir, if we, sir, thank you, sir. You explained so well. All thanks to God. It's good to know, Neha, you got the answer which you're looking for. If you don't have at least 6 months of living experience stocked away, what can be your plan of action? I can't see the full question. Oh, there's a bigger question here. What is the biggest money mistake you have seen a family or friend make? What should you learn? Okay, that's one question. Okay. What is the biggest mistake you've seen your family and your friends made? That's from Sagarika Vyas. The biggest mistake, what I've seen from my point of view, is going and buying a home. Guys, the biggest mistake, I'm talking to an Indian crowd, I know, the biggest mistake is buying a home. I really don't know. Many people make home by taking loan. So basically that makes the bank rich. Second thing is you give money to make contractors to make that home. Again, you pay the contractors and make the contractors rich. Okay. After you get the home, obviously you have various interior decoration, furnitures and all going on. You make the furniture guy rich. After that, with time, you'll have to paint the home. You'll have the maintenance going on. You'll have to keep that home neat and clean. For that, again, you're going to pay. So basically, from my point, the biggest mistake most of the Indian people do is buying a home once they have a very good amount with them. That's point number one. But then again, you can't fault, you can't tell, you can't blame people also, because every newspaper they open, first thing which they say is real estate. So every magazine you open, real estate. Every book you open, real estate, right? So what happens is that you're being, hit so hard on having that beautiful home, having that, living in that my home, living in that, oh, I own this home. It's all just an ego-filling exercise which is going on. But what you don't understand is that who are you making rich technically? You're making the bank, you're making the contractors, you're making the real estate, you're making the other maintenance people rich by your money. Once you make a home, I'm telling you, your savings will be cut. It's automatic. The bigger the home, the more the expense onto the home and more it works out. So my advice to youth, only buy a home when you truly need a home. Don't buy a home just to show off in front of people. I know people who already have a car, who sees their neighbors have a second car and takes loan to have a second car to show that I can buy that car. So guys, the world is going to trying to show off. So the biggest mistake I have understood from people is buying this fantasy home, and they put all their 1 crore or half, 50 lakhs or whatever it is in that dream home. And then they scratch their head as to how to actually deal with that home, right? I hope I've answered the question, Sagarika. It's a problem with the whole, not even my family, right? So next question from Sagar. If you don't have, I can see only half the question, so it makes it very difficult for me. If we don't have at least 6 months of living expenses stocked away, what can be our plan of action? See, it's not having the 6 months living expenses stocked away. It is based on your expenses. You need to know how much you have to save. It's never that keep expenses away, right? What my suggestion would be, basically I told the procedure, save 50% regardless of your expenses. Any money comes in, save 50%. Until you make that 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs or 1 crore, keep saving that 50% with all your hard work. You will figure it out with time, right? Because what you don't understand is as you age, your expenses only increases. So after 6 months, new things will come, new expenses will come. In future, people get married, kids will come, kids' education will come, kids' college will come. All this thing is only going to increase with time. So I hope I don't have the complete question. So that's the reason I have not replied to it. Next question is less Rees. I hope I have pronounced it in the right way. Okay. What is one habit or mantra that keep you from spending the money and saving it? First, when you get your salary or your income, put it into something which is fixed, which you can't take. So basically what we say is that is pay yourself first and then think for something. Paying means you get 100 rupees, 50 rupees into the bank. If you really want to commit yourself, I really don't know how many of you know recurring deposits on FDs, like fixed deposit as recurring deposit, which means monthly, you are forced to put. If you don't force, you don't have interest. Or tell the bank, once my salary hits 50,000 or 10,000 rupees, 55,000 rupees, automatically goes into my recurring deposit. That is the first habit. If anyone wants to have the mantra of saving or making money, is to first save it and think you don't have this in your hands at all. Right? So you're getting 10,000 rupees, automatically 50%, 5,000 rupees, I'm going to put in the recurring deposit. I don't know anything about it. Let that money be whatever it has to be. And that's how you got to do it, right? That's just one pointer. So you asked me one single question, so I just replied a one single. This one. So since stock is equal to gambling, how apt do you think that the stock analyst prediction can be? Purohit, I'll tell you something. Stock is not equivalent to gambling. Let me get that very, very clear. Stock is not equivalent to gambling. Stock is only gambling when you play without knowing about stocks. That is where the problem is, right? When you know about the stocks, when you know how the games are being played, when you know how the increase and the decrease of the worth of each company is going up and down, it works out, right? For example, now for example, why everyone is after Tesla? Tesla's really up, right? So basically, it has gone in the upward trend. So now, if you buy, chance of making profit is very less. So there are many other companies like Tesla available now. There's many other companies like Amazon who's starting up. There's many other companies on that level who's doing various other stuffs. Are you aware of that? No. You're going to run after the Tesla. You're going to run after Amazon. Something prices will happen, boom. You lose money. The people who sold that Amazon stock to you makes money from you. In stocks, the problem is most of the general people don't make money. On a long term, yes, you do make money because technically everything was on the upward trend. But the problem here in the current world, after the COVID hit also, most of the things have gone down. You have no idea what's going to come back up, right? So is the analyst prediction right? It's not see, now when you're saying stock analyst prediction, you're depending your sources on a third party. Third party can manipulate you also. I can write articles. I can pay a lot of money to various article writers and put on Google, Tesla is the future best stock. Tesla is the future best stock. 10, 20 articles, Tesla is the future best stock. When that goes around the Google ranking, automatically when you search from search analyst, which is the best stock, you would be shown Tesla. So there is a bigger game behind all this. Big people make a lot of money out of stocks. But how many of you are in the big game? That you are not aware of. It's only when you play the game, you will know how truly the big games are being worked, right? I hope I've answered the question, Purohit. When you are believing in the prediction stock analyst, it's not your information. So then you're surely gambling with time. Next question. I'm 18-year-old. What steps do you take to become independent? What is that? Was it as easy as it sounds? Yes. Everything what I make, if I say 50%, you are independent. Now you're at the age of 18. Go and get a job. That's it. Part-time, go and work. Online, go and work. Work it from that point, right? My Instagram, my YouTube, Facebook, I'm only talking to Kshamta. Once I'm done with that 1 hour, I will come back to Facebook and Instagram to reply, right? So the first question here is that, how do I get income into mine? How do I stop depending on my parents? As I told you, after the age of 18, I never ever took a penny from my dad or mom. I was completely independent on my own. So if you want to get independent, go get a job. Let the money start coming in. Start saving it in a very good fashion. Automatically, you will become independent. True independence is not depending on anyone. Let it be your mother, let it be your father, or let it be anyone in this world, right? So it is easy, friend, provided you do it in the best possible way, right? So let me go to the next one. What's the next question? Manava, that one. Okay. So guys, sorry if I don't get your name right. So yeah. So what tips would you give to someone who's looking to invest in stock for the first time? Go onto these virtual stock online stuffs, which gives you a dummy account to test. So with those dummy account, test your stuff first. If your analysis is going right, see, there's difference here. When you're getting into stock, you should know how to read the balance sheet of a company. You should understand the income and outcome of it, right? Manav Anda. Okay. Okay, whatever. Okay, so what you have to understand is if you're going into stock, first thing is you should learn about stocks, how this works, how the complete system works. After that, what you need to do is go for these dummy accounts where you can invest virtual money, which is not your real money, and you can test and see how it is going, how up and how down it's going. Experiment that and put small amount first and see if you can multiply it. Once you multiplied it, again, 50% save, next 50% invest back. So what you do, you bought a stock of 100 rupees. Due to some reason, it became 200 rupees. So you make a capital gain of 100 rupees. 50% into your saving. 50 or 150, invest back again. Multiply to 300. If you make it 300, again, 75, save. Remaining, it goes automatically. If you do that, I'm telling you, you're going to do good in all fields, whichever you're looking for. I hope I've answered that question in the best possible way. Next question, Neha Singh. What role should investment industry play in teaching and preparing youth for making money choices? If you leave the investment industry to do it, they will all do it just to pull your money into the various other stuffs. Guys, what you don't understand is that right now the world has gone in such a way that every teaching has a sales pitch with that. They will teach you and they will tell you how to invest. They'll take your money and they will invest and they'll make money out of it. The world has gone out of that. Neha, stop depending on the world to teach you. You go in search of the knowledge which you want. The right teachers will come to you. Your focus is, if you're a good student, you will get the right teacher with time. And if you have the right teacher with time, you will do well automatically. Don't wait the government or don't wait the industry or don't wait the trainings to come. What you need to do is, what's the knowledge which I need? And that is what my focus should be. And when you start doing that, you don't wait for the investment industry to play in the teaching side of things, because they teach you how they can make money. Everyone in the world teaches something to someone indirectly so that they can make money out of you. Full stop. Okay, I do all my sessions for free. I don't want money also. That's a different thing. People tell me I'm crazy. Why I'm doing all free sessions? I travel all the way to India and give my sessions to the world, regardless of if I get anything back or not. Right? So mine is completely different concept that very few people understand why I'm doing it. And that's the thing I believe. Okay, time is running short. Another 15 more minutes to go, I hope. So, next question. Okay. I'll call it just less. What do you think is the best stage of becoming, or start thinking, what do you think is the best stage for a person to start thinking of becoming financially free? How do I stop depending on other people for money? Full stop. How do I stop thinking or depending on other people for money? First step for any child or youth, okay, mama, papa, today onwards, I'm not going to take any penny from you. The day you say that, you have become financially free from your parents. Now, you make a lot of savings. You have a husband or wife. You have your children. Beta, this is your money for your college, for your school. Boom, you're again financially free from them. So the first stage is to be financially free from your parents. And then if you have more money, give it back. Whatever they have given you, make sure if you have an opportunity, give it back. Go give it back also. Then you again completely free from what they have done to you. That is a different ball game altogether, right? I hope I've answered the question. Neville is asking, is it easy to pick our own stock, provided you get knowledge about the company, the future of the company, who the CEOs are, who the managers are, what their plan is, what their 5-year plan is, what their 10-year plan is, how they're going to grow, what their growth strategy is, what their strategy in relation to competition is, how the competition is doing, what they're doing, all these things then you can invest in your own stocks. I hope I've answered the question in one shot, right? Everything is easy if you know how to do it, right? Is it true that you need a lot of money to invest in stock because you're bound to lose money? If you go with that attitude, you're going in the attitude of gambling and not in the attitude of making money. So it's not that you need a lot of money. As I tell people, when you get 1 rupee, what you do with 1 rupee is the same thing what you're going to do with 1 lakh or 10 lakh. So what you need to do is very simple. Follow this principle. You will be saved. 50, 25, 25, or 24 and 1. That's the policy, guys. If you follow this principle, I'm telling you, everyone will be fine, right? So Instagram, my Instagram, I don't want guys talking internally. Please just prevent that. Just view the show in the best possible way. Disha says, I lose that ₹1. That's the problem. So if you put in stocks, you're going to lose that one stock also. So it's that. What I do with ₹1 is what you're going to do ₹10, what you're going to do ₹100, whatever. So it is how you treat that ₹1 which comes to you. Right? People tend to say that some people equate, right, money as God. So when God comes to you, what do? Do you use God to get something, or use to keep your God in the best possible way and multiply that God more? Think about it from that point of view. Okay, who has been your biggest role model in terms of finance planning? Your finance. Who have been my biggest role model in terms of planning your financial future, and why? I don't have any specific role model because I don't believe in the role model concept, right? Because sometimes what happens is that when you go after the role model concept, what can happen is that you become a fan follower of the role model. And when you're a fan follower of the role model, your energy gets transferred to them in order to grow. So my point is, I did a lot of reading initially, and then I came to know best is to save money first, stand on your own legs second. And once you've figured that both thing out, then you start investing. It is simple, my friend. Cash first. Second, if you can, get gold into your system. Then start saving that cash. 50% save on various other things which you want to. I'm telling you, you're all on the right track. But when you start for the shortcut stuff, most of the people are going after stocks, shares for that quick money. If you are going after shortcuts, if you're cutting corners from the information which you're not getting, I'm telling you, money will start cutting corners with you also. Money is very smart. It has a different energy. So if you start cutting corners to make money, I'm telling you, with time, money will start cutting corners with you. So it's a choice which you need to do and nothing more than else, right? So, okay, so yes, 1 second. There's someone crazily chatting internal. So yeah, so that's it. Last question I'm getting is from Manav again. What's my opinion about Bitcoin? Guys, I don't think it's still approved by the Indian system. So as long as it doesn't improve Indian system, it's a call which you have to make if you want to go against the Indian system or not. I'm not interested in any of the fantasy side of things. This is like you're asking me, like in the UAE where I come from, you owning a number plate can be very, very expensive and goes up and down with time, right? So my point is, it's a different kind of money which you have no idea if it's going to go up or down. It's an asset controlled by a certain rich people who are trying to raise the price to make quick money out of it. But the point here is what do you know about Bitcoin? It's not my opinion. My opinion is it's not approved throughout the worldly system. So it's best not to take it right now. Maybe it can go up and multiply. Let the big people who want to be rich become rich. I'm not interested in that. My point is to work from that point, right? I hope I've answered the question. Okay, more questions coming in. Okay, next question is again Les coming with another question. Do you think the generic way of investing is better than taking risk? I'll tell you something. Okay. Again, I'm going to repeat the same thing again and again. When you go into the risky side of things, you're getting into the gambling side of things. When you're getting in the gambling side of things, there are chances that when you see, the thing is not about risk. It's taking calculated risk, which means you assume it. And the thing is, there are some places you're getting calculated risk and getting it more. Some places you're doing this standard general way so that in case something goes wrong, you have the standard way protecting you from that risk. But most people go the risk. You might get a high return or you might lose everything. That I would say is more of a gambling side of things. But invest in general way first. Learn the game and then play the game. And that's what makes all the difference, right? Can you suggest any book for financial freedom, guys? As I said, what is my definition of financial freedom? I all told you. If you don't ask any person 1 rupee, you are financially free. If you have a bank loan, you're not financially free. There are many rich people who have great business still on bank loan. They are not financially free. You guys don't understand the visual what financial free is. Financial freedom is being independent from anyone or any source who have given you money and you have given them back and closed it. Personally, all thanks to God, I don't have any loan. I can tell myself I'm financially free. I know I can create. If I work, I still work. That's a different thing. My salaries are coming in. I have my savings going on. I have my investment going on. So if you're working it from that way, everything is fine. So my book, if you want to suggest, learn your life first. When you got the first pocket money, what did you do with that pocket money? How could you have done it differently? There, the lesson is there. Ask your dad what did he do in his life. The greatest book to read is your own book, then your parents' book, and then the other books. But then, when you're going only after financial freedom, I'm telling you, other people are just going to make money out of it. You truly might not work it from that point, right? I hope I have answered that question. Next one, I have another 6 more minutes to go. How do you analyze risk factors in investing? Choosing the best option out of the many available. Okay, Vaishnavi, the risk factor is all dependent on how much risk you can take. It's more revolving around you rather than the investment which you're putting in. Right. So first thing is, what's my appetite of taking the risk? How much important this money which I have is valuable for me? I really don't know how much. I don't know if you're a commerce student or not. There's an opportunity cost for everything which you do. Understand the opportunity cost on each options and then make those investment. If you're really confused and don't have a clear idea what the best option is, spread it equally and see how it reacts. And once the reaction comes, you will know what the truth is, and then divert all that money to that one factor. It works it from there. So it's okay. You can go live as long as you can. I can go live as long as the question comes or the system stops. The maximum I have done continuous talk is 3.5 hours. So if the question comes, I will go from it, right? So now what else? Any more questions? That's it. I'm done with the questions. That's perfect. Any other questions in life, you can ask me. As you know, you can ask me any question between birth and death. If the questions are done, my job is done. I think there's a lot of questions on my Instagram which is coming. But anyways, that I'll take it later. First, Kshamta, tell me, what are the questions you have? That's it, Smith. No more questions. I've exhausted all you people with the answers which you're looking for. That's what I tell people. Meet me once, clear all your doubts, and forget me. My objective is just to spread positivity completely free to this world in the best possible. If you want to have any sessions with anyone, any people, if you now I do a lot of live sessions too. So if you want to be a part of it, you can be a part of it also. I told Smith to be a part of it, but I don't know why he shied away. Okay. Next question from Smith. Actually, we are planning so that Smith also comes live, so that he can also be a part of my show. But I don't know, Smith just shied away from it. Anyways, no issues. When things are exploring digitally with so many options, how do we optimize on that? Okay, so the world is going digital. That's the truth. You can't run away from that. So the world is going so fast in the digital side of things. If you don't speed up to that process, I'm telling you, you're asking for trouble. Me, what I did is that I'm in such a stage that I have my experience, which means I've started working at the age of 18. So for me, however the digital explodes, I will be safe and fine, I know, for the next 20 to 30 years. with the job which I have, with the industry which I am in. I'm in the oil and gas industry. The customer who I deal with in India is Reliance, OEC, and everything around that, right? So that's the people I do. But the current generation have to be updated because artificial intelligence is coming on. Machine learning is coming on hard. Data science is going really strong. So these are the things where the world is moving on very, very fast, because if you don't learn that, I'm telling you, you are going to be off that beat. So what you need to do is that go and read about all the digital options you have. See what you have a lot of interest towards. Go a little more deep into it. See if you can adjust it. If you can't pull back and go to the other option, if not, go deep and deep and deep. Be so very good at what those things are happening so that you are much more stronger in the best possible way, right? So I would rather say there is many options. How do you optimize a thing? Is when you have complete knowledge about all the options which you have. So gain knowledge so that and experiment those knowledges so that the wisdom steps out. It's only when education and experience which comes together, your true wisdom steps out. And the day the wisdom steps out, you will know how to optimize what you're looking for. Okay, I hope I've answered the question. Oh, there's 2 more questions have come back again. That's really cool. Okay, have you dealt with any major debt in any point, and how do you deal with the situation? Knowing about me doesn't make any difference. I personally never took any debt. I just took debt just because they were giving me free money through my credit card. I just took it and invested in FD and made 6% easily on that free money. On the other hand, I never in my life took a debt. As I know, at the age of 18, I started working and the money was coming in. I was just saving based on the principle which I actually taught you. And worked from that point of view. How do you deal with debt? First thing is to close your debt, however it is. Go and don't eat for, just eat small, very cheap food to go across and close that debt. As long as your debt, you don't have the complete energy of your money. So what you need to do is pay that debt first. If you have something on loan, find ways to pay off that loan. Many people make this mistake of living with loan, which means after every time you're just living loan. You take a loan, you live loan. You're always in that borrowing thing, which builds a lot of stress, which builds a lot of panic, which builds a lot of things. I'm getting a notification from Instagram that I need to sign out. So I just have 30 seconds to go out of it. If I don't get out of it, they just shut me down and it won't be saved. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure to have you on board. I will see you next Saturday. Obviously, tomorrow and all my sessions, I do come every day live on my profile. If you want, you can be a part of it. Every day, 5:30, except Tuesdays and Fridays, I don't come. You can be a part of it. I hope you have enjoyed the show. I have 1 minute and 27 seconds. All right. So, guys, thanks a lot. Thank you, Disha. Thank you, Anika. Thank you, KKR. Thank you, Shaparita. Thank you, Ajmer. Thank you, Jace Khan. Thank you, Smith, as usual, for bringing me on this show. I hope you all enjoyed it. And please make sure give special thanks to Smith for doing it. And yeah, and Jalak, thank you. Neha Singh, good questions. Sagar Vyas, good questions. Thanks a lot for that. And that's it, guys. I'll be signing out. 57 seconds to go. And that's it. I'll be continuing on my Instagram. So for you want to still continue with various other shows, come on my Instagram at the rate Deek Parassini, and you can be a part of it and continue the show, or my Facebook or YouTube, wherever it is, right? See you on Saturday. So yeah, that's it, guys. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I'm coming back here, right? So let me just close this. Thank you, guys. I'll be saving it in case you need it. So just give me 1 second, guys. So how? So Instagram, I have 12 questions. And Facebook also, people are all gone and come, so I really don't know what they're up to. So yeah, so Instagram, whatever questions you have, feel free to ask me so that it works it up from that point of view. Where's that thing? Okay. Oops, I'm going to put the wrong cover to these guys. Change the cover, guys, if you want it later. Oh, God. Okay. So let me change the title right. What's this? Financial freedom. FINANCIAL. Financial freedom. At the rake. Deek Parassini. That's it. I think that's enough for that. Post it. There you go. That's gone there. So Instagram, I'm back again. Tell me what are your questions with regards to your questions. Let me know. Let me see this also. Stop it. Okay, perfect. So guys, so tell me what are your questions with regards to finance. So I will try my best to answer that. Let me see if there's more questions here. Oops. I hope it goes well. Okay. So yeah. Oh, Disha is here too. So that's great. So more questions from here. Again, next question is, oh, more Kshamtas are coming here too. That's great. Bhumi Kwarta 17 asking, oh my God, more Kshamtas are coming here. How to prove that you are independent enough? What you need to do if you're really independent, as I told you very clearly, you should not have that. You are independent the day you stop asking money from people, and that's it. Right? If you focus on the whole of Kshamta, I have come here now, continuing the show. So that's really great. Anyway, see, I have, see this exclusive done for Kshamta, right? So see, guys, you see people in Kshamta, here my thing is right, and there is all completely messed up, right? So yeah, so proving is all about the day I stop asking money from people, let it be anyone, you take it from there. How are you active always? Don't ask me how I'm answering this question. Don't ask me how I'm doing what I'm doing. You can ask me any other questions from that point, right? So next thing is, when did you start this motivational speaking? As I told from day one, I'm not a motivational speaker. I've started this from the last 4 days. No, last 4 months or 4 years. And I've been doing it from the best possible way. Right, I'm looking specific questions with regards to investment. I don't think I have any more investment questions. What's the other phobia? No. Guys, I want questions with regards to financial freedom. My question should be with those regards so that it benefits you in the best possible way. I would like to thank Kshamta and everyone of their team members for organizing this show in the best possible way so that it works it up, right? You have a question section or put in the comments column. I would answer it in the best possible way if you want to know about it, right? So feel free to ask questions. So I'll work it up from that point. I need questions with regards to financial freedom. Monday, 5:30, I do Ask Deek show where you can ask me any questions from birth to death. This one, I want to keep it specifically around financial freedom so that it benefits the crowd who have come here specifically to hear about this, right? So let me see what's happened in this. Okay, Mr. Anonymous is asking on YouTube, what should one choose between money and family relationship? I would say first family relationship and then you talk about money, because if you have the family relationship, most of the issues which you're looking for kind of gets fixed with time. Next question is from Amar Singh. What on YouTube? Ways to earn money. From where do we start? Go get a job. Job is the best way to get the money from the starting way to do it, right? I hope I've answered the question. Guys, if you don't have a question section, this is a 1 hour old question. Ram Bhopal, I've already talked completely about how to be a financial free guy. So I think, okay, Addy 94. Sir, say about successful businessman. Oh, this is a very complicated question. How do you define success is the first question I'm going to ask you, because many people define success based on the money which a successful businessman make. There are many successful businessmen who have 2-3 divorces in life. There are many successful multimillionaires who don't have the health to enjoy money. There are many successful business people who is very rude, who is doing, having a lot of black money, who's working completely against the government. And there is various businessmen from that level. So the question here is, how do you define success? True success is all about growth. When you say all about growth, what you need to do is that, am I growing from yesterday to today? Am I improving from this one to yesterday, last month to this month? Everyone in this world is successful. That's my belief, right? So successful business who knows how to manage money, who has relationship going on, who has this great health which is going on, and work it out from that way. 3 minutes ago, just want to say hello, how are you? I'm doing very, very positive. Call neat. That's it. Okay, there's new questions coming in on finance. During COVID situation, people are facing financial problems. How do you stay positive? My first question is, why are they facing financial problem? Somewhere around they didn't save right. Somewhere around they didn't plan this COVID situation. Guys, COVID situation, which means any crisis like this can happen in future, which means 1 to 2 years, you will be struggling with cash. My company, all thanks to God, is working out quite very well with that regard. So the question here you got to ask yourself is that you have this mistake which has happened into your life. So the question you got to ask is, what do I do so that these things don't repeat in my life? Right? It's not during COVID that people financial problem. It is people didn't do proper financial management, due to which they're facing a problem because of COVID. Now let me give you an example. Look into your life. How many stuffs your family is buying with EMI? Taking loan from the credit card and paying it on installment basis. Guys, first thing you want to do that, stop these EMIs. Stop buying on credit. Most of the people buy this credit and then they go EMI, monthly, and now COVID happened, no salary, no job. How are you going to pay this EMIs? So there's many things you got to be careful here. COVID is a learning experience for the world. So make sure you learn in that best possible way and take it from that point of view. Problems only is a problem because somewhere around you didn't do it right. If you do it right, automatically it is nowhere a problem. Other questions are not with regards to investment, so I'm not taking it. That's it. Any questions on the comments column? Nowadays, many people are working in the same field. So how do you progress our business? Do something different. Sarah Khan, because what you need to do is that if you keep doing the same thing what other people are doing, you will never progress in business. So what you need to do is that, how do I be better than the other business which I'm doing for? How do I be better than my competition? What extra services which I can give them? There's always something best to give. So that is the easiest way to work it down, right? So how to get money, easy money without working? Forget it. If you make easy money, I'm not joking here. Without working, easiest way to sell, banned stuffs to the world. That's the easiest way to make it from there, right? Bharat Baswas Goa is asking, what's your attitude should be for students who's in 12th class during lockdown? Go and study and find out what you want to do after your 12th. During lockdown, 12th graders, what you need to do is to find out what you need to do other than that, right? Ashwini is asking, what should we look at from a guy in arranged marriage, especially when my wish has always been to do love marriage, but unfortunate enough. Ashwini, go and have a look at my marriage video. There's 2 videos which I have done on YouTube or Instagram, which you follow, you're on YouTube. There is 2 live shows which I did on marriage. Have a look at those 2 videos. If you still have a doubt, let me know. I will reply to it or message me, right? So Sarah Khan got the answer. All thanks to God for that. That's it, man. I think I'm done for the day. That's it. Oh, there's one question which came just now. Marwa Ria is saying, sir, tell us your story of working at the age of 18. So at the age of 17, I looked at my classified and I came to know that I need to do because I want to be a manager, right? So I'll just close with my story for people whoever wants to get to my little bit of my story as to how I'm, this is what I'm doing. So at the age of 17, I opened up the classified and came to know that to be a manager, you need to have 20 to 30 years of experience in an MBA. So I thought, okay, I have to make this experience as quick as I can. So that's why I decided to work and study. Work and study, why? Because on a longer run, I wanted to work and study because I need to fasten the process. So I started working at the age of 18. First, I was started as a secretary. This is a tip I tell everyone. Get any job which is available and go and do that job. And when you have free time, work on a dream job so that you get that dream job which you're looking for. So that's how you got to do it. So when you start doing this from that point of view, you will start growing well. I did my education also, my BCom with that. So I did that. I got promoted once as a depot administrator. After that, I got into storekeeping, which they pay me double the salary. I finished my bachelor's. I didn't study for the next 3 years. I didn't get promoted for the next 3 years. But then I started doing my MBA. After doing my MBA, I was doing my MBA. That's when I got this new job as a customer service. I got into sales. I got into senior technical sales. And now I'm working as a regional sales manager for Middle East and South. I'm still working from the last 9 years now. Totally, I've been working for 18 years since the age of 18. So now you know how old I am now. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure. Just call me Suji. So if you need to start a business, what do I do first? First thing is idea. If you don't have the idea, forget business. Second thing is you should know who needs your idea and whose problem are you solving. If you have a lot of people who's there to need that solution, start creating the product or service. Once you know how to create the startup product, sell it to them with a profit, and that's how you make it. It's a simple summary of how to start business. That's it, guys. It was a pleasure meeting everyone. I hope you have learned a lot. I hope you have enjoyed. Hi, Komal. Hi, Manu. I hope it was all a very good experience with regards to financial freedom. I already talked in. If you missed it, come back again, have a look at it, and you have complete all details on how I see what is Sony motivation. Are all the principle mentioned in Rich Dad, Poor Dad wrong? Guys, everything in this world have some good things in it. Your focus is to focus on those good things. It's not right or wrong. It is what is good for me. It is right for me. For example, for a diabetic person, even fruit juice can be wrong, right? But then if you're healthy enough, you go and drink, sugar drink that is more dangerous than going and drinking a fruit juice. So never ever, for me, I see positive in everything. So if there's Rich Dad, Poor Dad in that book, there is something which is most important for you. So focus that goodness in that book. And that is what makes, rather than justifying it wrong. If it's wrong for you, ignore it. Don't take it. Whatever is not good for you, don't take it. It has no value for you. What is good for you, take it. It's as simple as that. Right? But then marketing plays a big role. Everyone knows burger and pizza is not good, but they still go and have burger and pizza, missing their mother's food or the home cooked food. So the choice is yours. There is always a willful ignorance which you actually work on. Right? That's it, guys. Thanks a lot, Adi. Thanks a lot, Komal, for all the feedback. Ankita, I'm signing out. And what else? Who else? Manu, thanks a lot, everyone. Divya Jyoti, as usual, she's a key person here. And Marwa Ria also. I hope you got my story. And thanks a lot, everyone. I'm signing out for here. Tomorrow, I'm coming with one person. His name is Abdul, on talking about self-confidence. So if you are interested to know about self-confidence, tomorrow's topic is about self-confidence, how to talk in front of people, what are the reasons, and how do you work on from people and take it from there, right? So yeah, so that's the topic tomorrow. So tomorrow 5:30, if you're interested, feel free to be a part of it. If you're not interested, enjoy doing something which is more useful for you. Right? It's not compulsory that you be part of the show. Feel free to share it and do whatever you like with this thing so that the positivity spread. I tell everyone, whatever you have learned from me, make sure you share it to the world. You share it to the world in my name or your name. It doesn't matter. My objective is to share this positivity in the best possible way. But I want to know about from an Indian perspective, because lots of Indians say it's not right for Indian people. That's the main reason, is because a lot of people says buy a home and he says not to buy a home. That is the biggest conflict. Guys, the truth is the truth. It doesn't apply for Indian people or foreign people. Truth is one. Make sure you go after that so that it works from that point of view. Right? I hope I answered that question. And yeah, so yeah, and that's it. Enjoy your life and see you tomorrow. Let's talk about self-confidence, self-belief, all that. It's going to be an interview with another person. So if you want to do an interview with me, if you want to have a discussion on a specific topic, let me know. It's a video conference and work it from there, right? Sir, about app like Grow App, I have no idea what that app is. So tomorrow, let's talk about it. See you guys. It's getting late now. It's already 15 minutes. See you there. Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Oh my good Lord. Oh, didn't I shut down from Facebook? Oh God, Jesus Christ. Sorry guys, I forgot that I was on Facebook. I'm done with it. Sorry guys. Facebook, YouTube. Thanks a lot for signing out. I totally missed it. Yeah. Then I realized I didn't sign up because there's two mobiles I was dealing with. So I was wondering that I messed it up, right? Sorry guys. See you Facebook, YouTube. See you tomorrow at 5:30.